to the northern expanse, a place where nature is still unexplored, mythical, and dangerous. When the humans first arrived, they thought they found an unspoiled paradise, filled with bountiful forests, lakes swimming with fish, and cold fresh water flowing from the mountains. But as the settlements expanded and the surrounding forest grew thinner, nature itself pushed back. Great creatures known as the Beast emerged.
Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. I am Richard. Today I am quite excited because I'm going to show you what I believe could be the indie game of the year. That's why this is quite big words, but I truly believe in this game. I'm talking about Beast. This game is a one versus many type of game. It's a 2 to 4 player games, around 30 minutes per player and 14 years and above. And the game is about one player portraying as the Beast and the other players portraying as the Hunters, trying to fight off the Beast to take over the land. But the Beast is trying to protect his land and fighting off the Hunters. So one player will portraying as the one that is the hunted one and the other ones will be the hunter. And there is a lot of cool mechanics in this game. Today I'm going to show you the setup, I'm going to show you an overview of the game and some of the mechanics in it, so let's just take a look at it. The setup in Beast takes a few minutes, but it's well worth it. And it has a lot of small components in it, quite cool components. All the tokens that are placed around the table, like this one, the Ancient's Power Sword that gives you extra power, should be placed in a way that every player can reach them easily. We have, for example, also the grudge tokens with an angry little man on them. I'm going to show you what all of this means later on. We have the little watchtower here. The hunters can put out watchtowers on the map to spot the Beast. We have habitat tokens over here, and here we have trail tokens. The Beast will leave a trail, but you need to find it first. Then we need to figure out what contract we would like to do. In the prototype I have received, there's 2 sides with 2 contracts. I'm gonna pick this one. On the top, you have a quick description of the contract. Then you have which map side you should use. Then you have some setup rules. Here it is that the southeastern zone should be shut down if it's 2 to 3 players. The Beast starts with 1 grudge. And the contract ends if there's 3 settlers dead. The Beast will win. And these are settlers, not hunters. The hunters will win if the Beast is dead or the final night is reached. And as you can see down here, it plays out during 3 nights, and on the 4th night the game is over. On this side you can see which conditions the Beast needs to reach during each night to get his or her reward. On the other side, you can see which conditions the hunters need to reach to get their rewards. Next thing we need to do is to set out some animals and settlers on the map. These should be placed on all the locations showing either a pig, bear, or a sheep, or in the towns showing the meeples. So the little white sheep goes where the sheep is, the pig goes where the pig is, and the bear is where the bear is. The town location shows if there should be 1 or 2 settlers on that location. Now if you look on the map, you will find these white borders here, dividing the map into 4 big locations. And remember the contract said that if you're a 2 to 3 player game, you should not use the southeastern region. Meaning this down here. Now this is a 3 player game. We have 1 Beast and 2 Hunters. And that's why I have not set up anything in this region. Also meaning that any Hunter or Beast may not enter this zone. The Beastly Talent cards should be shuffled real good, a lot better than I'm doing right now, placed in front of the Beast, and then take 3 cards and face them up. Now we need to do the same thing with the Hunter Items card. These cards should be shuffled up real good. And then you should take 3 cards, face them up in easy to reach location for the hunters. Now, the Beastly Talon cards are pretty much like the Beast's items, and the Hunter items is, well, the Hunter's items. It's different things or powers that they can use to enhance their gameplay. The action cards also needs to be shuffled real good and put in easy reach for the hunters. Now it's time for the Beast to choose, well, their beast. And there's a bunch of different beasts in this game. 5 of them, actually. We have Hogbard, the flaming pig. This one looks awesome, man. I would be scared to see a flaming pig running right at me. Then we have Ragar, a 2-headed kind of serpent snake. We have Mara, a nightmare. Then we have Bogling, the poison frog. And we have the one that I have chosen, Fangrir, the wolf. This one I have chosen because this one is the easiest one to start with if you are new to the game. And of course, the hunters need to choose hunters as well. Also here, there is a few of them. We have Iona. We have Varya. Grim down here. We have Grimgir. And then we have Helga and Azar. I have chosen these 2 because these 2 are the ones that are recommended for new beginners as well. Look at that artwork. I mean, this artwork is really, really beautiful. I really, really like this. Once you have chosen your hunters and your beasts, you also need to get your action card that are specific for your characters. So these ones are Azar's, these ones are Helga's, and then the beast, Fangrir, have his cards as well. Now we have a last thing we need to do before actually start playing the game. We need to give the beast its movement cards. These cards are the ones that the beast will use to actually move around on the map itself. You have east, you have west, you have north, you have south, but you also have no movement at all cards. These cards should be placed face down in easy reach for the beast. Now the beast should never show their location. So when the beast puts out their little figure here, it should be placed in the center of the map, the little square here in the middle. And then the beast needs to move 2 movements. Taking 2 movement cards from their movement pile, noting down in their head when they're moving, place them in the active movement track over here, and then move the beast the amount of steps, but not move the figure. You only move in your head. So the hunters really actually only know the beast's last known location. They do not know where the beasts are at the moment. Now the players take their little figures and places them in a town on the map. A good tip here is to spread out your little characters because you need to cover as much ground as possible. Beast plays out during 3 different phases. You have dawn, day, and night. The first thing you need to do during the dawn phase, the first phase, is to draft some action cards. These ones. Each player, including the one that plays the beast, should get a special amount of action cards depending on how many players you are. This is a 3-player game, so we will give out 4 cards to each player. When they have received their 4 cards, they get to choose one of these 4 cards, take the rest of the card, and pass it on to the player on their left. This should keep on going until all the cards have been dealt out. So once we're done with the draft, the first phase, the dawn phase, ends and we move into the day phase, the second phase. This is where we actually start to play our cards. the beast will always go first. Now, during your turn, you can play 2 cards. You can play one with the blue symbol and one card with the orange symbol. So you can't play 2 orange and 2 blue. You need to pick one of each. And on the action cards, the player that plays the beast uses the abilities that is down below, and the hunters will use the ones that are above. The player playing the beast would like to play these 2 cards, meaning that the player playing the beast wants to play this action. Summon one of their summons and then look at the unused action cards and add one to the hand. When a beast summons one of their summons, they can place it up to 2 locations away from their actual location. Remember that the beast is no longer here. This is merely the last known location. We have already moved the beast 2 steps, so we're actually standing over here right now. But the hunters does not know that. They only know the last known location. We could be down here, up here, or over here, but we're actually standing here. So when placing this summon here, it needs to be up to 2 locations away from where I'm actually located. And it needs to have the same location symbol as there's on this little picture. This one has a tree symbol, which means that I can place it up to 2 locations away on the same location that has the same symbol. I could also place it right where I'm actually at, as it has the same symbol, just to confuse the hunters even more. So once the beast have placed out its summon, it gets to look at the action cards that were not drafting during phase 1 and pick one of them. So now the beast have done its first card, but it also has one more left. This one said, in any order, attack or move 1 step. When the beast attacks, it also reveals itself, so it needs to be quite smart about how and when it attacks. And remember the contract? It all had different kind of rewards depending on which night it was and what they actually accomplished. This first night up here, for example, the beast needs to kill either 2 sheep or 1 pig to get the power sword. And the mission itself is to kill 3 settlers to win the game. So this beast really needs to be strategic about where they are going and what they actually want to do, because once they have attacked, the hunters will know where the beast is. So what should the beast attack? It's standing over here right now at a sheep's location, and a sheep only have 1 health point. And at the moment, the beast only does 1 damage. So if it's smart, it can use its card to first attack and then move 1 space. So for example, the beast attacks this sheep and sadly kills it, and then it gets to take 1 movement card to move in any direction. It picks west, meaning that it will move from here back 1 step over here. Once it have done its movement, it takes the movement card, places it upside down on the movement track. Again, not showing anything for the hunters. But now they know that the beast have been over here. At the start of the game, the beast only does 1 damage per attack. But you can upgrade your attacks in phase number 3, meaning that you could pay 5 grudges to get 2 damage instead. Or, for example, you could move your wolves 1 step whenever you move, but then you would need to pay 2 grudges. You see, the red grudges here are the ones that are permanent, and the yellow grudges are the ones that are instants and 1 time. Some of the cards lets you pick up 1 beastly talent, and in this case also an ancient power sword. The beastly talents are the cards looking like this. And they're basically extra power to the beast to make them stronger or faster. And there are quite a few of them, also with a lot of beautiful artwork. But let me give you an example. For example, we have this one. This one lets you to transform each near location. Remember I told you about the summons, that some of them can only be placed in special locations? For example, the wolves could only be placed in this location. But if you needed to transform this location into the wood to be able to place your summoned, well, this card would be pretty damn useful. The Asian power swords I told you about are the ones looking like this. Pretty damn awesome. What these do is that they grant your attack 1 additional damage. The grudges I told you about that are used to upgrade your skills are gathered in different kinds of way. You could get it by playing certain abilities, or by killing different types of animals, or even settlers. Down here on the edge of the map, you will find what it takes to kill the different types of animals and settlers. A sheep has 1 HP and you will gain 1 grudge, but a bear has 2 HP and you will gain 3 grudges, and so on. So now the beast is done with its turn and it feels quite happy about it. It have managed to move around, it have managed to kill, and it have managed to escape again. But once the beast is done, the turn moves over to the players. It goes in clockwise order, but of course the hunters can talk in between to find out some kind of strategy on how they would like to actually move and what they would like to do. Remember, our mission as hunters are to, well, hunt down the beast and find it. Again, the players can play 1 card with the blue symbol and 1 card with the orange symbol. But remember that the players uses the skills on top, not the ones below. This hunter would like to use these 2 skills. First one, move 2 steps, and the other one, gain 1 grudge. Then each hunter in your zone may move 1 step. May meaning that you may and not must move 1 step. And remember that you could start with this one or that one. It's up to you. So this hunter, Azar, would like to use this ability first. Gain 1 grudge and then move each hunter in your zone 1 step. Remember, a zone was the one with the outline, the thick white line? That is 1 zone. And there's only 1 hunter in this zone, so he can only move himself 1 step. And he thinks that maybe the beast is over here. So he moves 1 step over there. But there's no beast there. But if the beast had passed through this location or were at this location, they would need to place a trail there. But as the beast is not there, well, Azar just moves on to his next ability. But let's say that the beast have moved down here now, and Azar is crossing the trail where the beast have passed. Then the player playing the beast would need to place out a trail token on that location that Azar have crossed, just to show the hunters that they are closing in and they are picking up the trail on the beast. The hunters can also acquire and use items during their turn. And just like the beastly talents, these are extra abilities and items that will make the hunters even stronger and faster. You can do traps, you can do watchtowers, you can do flares, and so on. And just like the beastly talents, the artwork on these ones are really, really beautiful. And one of the items that is quite handy to have is the outpost. When you build an outpost on your location and you have a hunter placed there, you have a lookout on all the 4 locations connected to the watchtower, meaning that if the beast passes through any of the 4 locations connected to the watchtower, it will need to put out trails on everyone it has passed. Among the items, you can also find traps. This is a cool way for the hunters to set up traps, so when the beast is revealed in a certain habitat, boom, the trap will go off. The way you play a trap is that you pay the cost that is on the card. You see here 1 grudge. Then you choose a zone. Remember, a zone is the big part within the white land. After you have chosen your zone, you take the card and you put it beneath the trap section of that zone. Now you need to pick an habitat token. These ones should be picked and then shared with your fellow hunter. And then, in secret, without showing the beast of course, it should be placed on the face up that you want the trap to go off on underneath the item card. Now the next time the beast is revealed on a location with the same habitat as the trap, boom! The trap goes off. So when the other player is done with its turn, it moves on to the next player. But again, these two players can communicate together and gather up on the beast. So they think that they have found the beast location, and Azar has ended up on it. But when you end up on the same place as the beast, you get a trail token, of course, showing that the beast have been there, but the beast is not revealed until you search the location. During phase 2, you could also choose just to do nothing at all and just pass your turn, but you need to be the player with the most action cards on your hand. Or you could also try to flee. If you're in a bad position and you really need to get out of there, you could discard one card and then just move away from it. So once the players have done their turn, we move into phase number 3. This is the night phase. The first thing we do in the night phase is to check if anybody have reached the rewards. Either if the beast have reached their reward or if the hunter have reached their. If it have, well, they get the rewards that they are entitled to. Then we need to reset all the HP on all the non-playing characters, meaning the animals and the settlers. If a player have died during the day phase, that player will return during the night phase with full HP in a settlement. During the night phase, the beast and the hunters also get to upgrade their abilities. The way we do this is that we pay the amount of grudge needed to upgrade the ability we want to upgrade, and then we take this red little token here showing that we have upgraded that ability. There you have it, people. That was Beast for you. And this game is just that, a beast. I mean, it got great table presence, it got great artwork, and the gameplay is just really well done. And it's fun and frustrating to be the hunter, to try to find the beast and where it last was and where it's going and how to figure out to pick up the trails. It's not that easy always, but it's a lot of fun. And you get this co-op with your fellow hunter, and to be the beast is not that simple either, but it's still really funny to try to get away and try to confuse the hunters and put up different kind of tracks and mislead them to gain your objective and win the game. If you like competitive games, if you like co-op, you should check this out. Beautiful art, well-made game. I highly recommend to check this out. Like I said in the beginning, I think that this could be the indie game of the year. There will be a link to their Kickstarter down here in the description, also to the website, so check that out if you'd like to. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and see more videos in the future, or my old ones. There will be more, I promise you that. Show me some love by giving me a comment, maybe a thumbs up for me, I always love that. And until next week, please take care and spread some board game love.